won by men.
This is a commentary about the movie Captain America, the First Avenger, for educational purposes only. Okay. Now, within the beginning of this trailer, we start off with a male, and his body anatomy is not fit for the army, basically. And so he ends up being looked down upon. This boy has a lot of heart or will, if you want to call it that. And so basically, with this will, that will doesn't, he doesn't stop his dream of being a soldier in the army.
This is a case where when we see our body smaller than others, there is actually judgment going on right there. And so having a belief that if my body is smaller than maybe a bodybuilder's body, then I am not strong. And if my body is like a bodybuilder's body, then I am strong. So there's judgment, and there is also a belief underlying all this. And so putting my shoes in his shoes, I would see that I would have this within me. And so my my view about myself is defined by those. And so I would see myself less than others, and I would fear others who are bigger than me. And of course, another person who will be bigger than me, if I put my shoes in his shoes, this would be how I see it. Okay, I'm bigger than you, and then you are smaller than me. Judgment. The belief is, I am stronger than you because I have a big body. You are weaker than me because you have a weak body, or you have a small body. So then, from that, I will have to gather a lot of strength within me and say, I will beat you up. And so, yeah, I beat the guy up. So, going back to the smaller guy, I would say, oh, gee, now he was able to beat me up, then I'm weaker. And so these equations become the defining factor of who I am right here. Rather than looking at me as just that breath, the common sense part of it and the self-honesty part of it.
Yes, we actually become possessed by the looks of our anatomy. And so within that possession, we form a personality, and then we begin to live that personality as if that is who we are. But that who we are that we have created is actually an amalgamation of self-dishonesty, actually deceiving oneself within and as the physical representation, which is real, tall, short, skinny, fat, those judgments that has been placed on the physical rather than moving self as self, not defined by the height or the girth of a human being. And so within the height or the girth is where we actually possess ourselves within and as the mind, and we live out that possession and call it who we are.
Self-forgiveness statements. I see that the smaller boy has got some fear, and so and also identifies himself as less than. So I would put my shoes in his shoes and take it back on myself. So I would say some self-forgiveness for him as him. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to define myself according to my beliefs. Specifically, my belief that if I am smaller, I am weaker. And if I am bigger, I am stronger. I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to judge myself as less than others, and therefore less than myself. And so wants to be more than others, and therefore more than myself, rather than realize I am the breath here in every moment. And also for self-dishonesty, I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to be self-dishonest as I identify as the personality or the ego rather than see me as who I am, as the breath in every moment here.
All right, yeah, so the point is to actually undefine self within and as this polarity of I am this and I am that according to the structure of my physical anatomy. And in order to undefine self is where the point of taking self-responsibility comes in through and as self-forgiveness. Therefore, that self-forgiveness can be applied within self and also by putting self within the other person's shoes and also doing self-forgiveness as self. For example, I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to change who I am according to and as the physical body that I perceive as more than me and me as less than the physical body. And if I put myself in the other person's shoes, I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to change who I am according to how others talk about me. It's to create a personality to actually self-manipulate who I am according to how others talk about me and want me and desire me to be and to live based on the size of my physical body. All right.